Aloha, my friends, my babies. It's your girl T, aka the Nappy Headed Jojoba, with a 1000% unscheduled video. I don't even have my new camera yet. B&H is taking their sweet ass time with my trade in so that I can actually upgrade my equipment. So I'm still waiting on them to confirm everything with my old camera so I can actually take that money and put it toward a new one. So right now I am shooting on a friend's camera. Luckily, one of my friends is actually I have a couple friends who are DPs, but one of my good friends is a DP, so he is lousy with cameras. So that also explains why the setup is a little different because I'm using his camera, his lens, his everything except audio. So thanks, Yi. But this video basically couldn't wait until I get my new equipment. I've had a peculiar, interesting couple of days the past couple of days. As many of you know, a couple weeks ago, I, at long last, put up my very in depth review of the Gauge Girl 6-week paleo shred program. I completed the program from October to November of last year, 2017, and I just took way too long editing that review because it ended up being a 39-minute video. Throughout the entire time I was on the program, I was taking copious notes about my thoughts and experiences, what I liked, what I didn't like, and what I think could be improved to actually make the program even better, more user-friendly, more effective, and so on. Okay, so that video went up about 2 weeks ago, a little bit more probably, and since then I've been getting an influx of really positive remarks in the comments, lots of thumbs up, higher than usual thumbs up on a typical video for me because a lot of people are just happy to have finally found a review. I think a lot of people were in the same position that I was in prior to taking the plunge and purchasing my program, where they were looking for someone to review the program who had actually done it, and they weren't finding anything. So they were very happy. I've been getting a lot of love basically that someone finally reviewed one of these Gauge Girl Shred programs so that they can make more informed decisions before they buy. But then a couple weird things started to happen. Now, when I put that video up, even before I put that video up, I was completely cognizant that the likelihood of Gauge Girl training and Christine herself, who's like the founder of Gauge Girl, would see the video. I didn't know when, and I really didn't know what the reaction would be, but that's quite frankly not my concern. My aim was and still is to only provide honest reviews and feedback on things that I decide to review on this channel. If I burden myself with worrying about whether a company is going to like what I have to say about something, it prohibits me from being completely honest in my review. If I decide I'm going to review a foundation from Dior, I can't really be worried about whether Dior is going to be upset about something I didn't like about that foundation. The 6-week shred is a product just like anything else, and I reviewed it with honesty because I do everything with honesty on this channel. 2 to 3 days ago, I got a comment under that video, under the review video from Gauge Girl Training, from Christine, basically coming correct, thanking me for my critiques, taking them as constructive criticism. Long story short, I thought it was a great comment and a very mature, professional way to respond to a video that did have a good deal of cons listed against that program. Once I saw Christine's comment, I responded to her, thanking her for even sounding off and, giving her feedback to my feedback, pinned it at the top so that people could see that she had actually seen the video and what she had to say, to my not so positive remarks, in the second half of the video. Within 24 hours or so of getting that comment from Christine, I noticed the dislikes on that video had gone up about 6x. Now, personally, I don't really care, but for it to go from maybe 10 dislikes over the course of 2 weeks to 60 something in 2 days, maybe, probably less, that was something that I noticed. As of this morning, I think it's above 70 dislikes. Quite frankly, I don't really give a shit. Dislikes don't bother me because I've been working in YouTube since 2012. Granted, this is a personal channel. This is my hobby channel. But I've had professional jobs in YouTube going back to 2012. I've launched channels for companies and things like that. So I'm very well acquainted with the kind of bullshit that goes on YouTube. I'm not naive. I knew exactly what was happening. And it was confirmed when I started getting some different types of comments to the ones that I've been receiving in the 2 weeks prior. I put 2 and 2 together pretty quickly, basically immediately. I realized that my video had to be circulating amongst the Gauge Girl community, I guess her Facebook group or whatever, which, as I also mentioned in my review, I did not join because I am not on Facebook. I never have been and I never will be. Somehow my video started circulating in that community and they decided that they wanted to descend upon my comment section and dislikes to, I guess, attack me for attacking Christine. Any reasonable person who actually watched my video realizes that I made no attacks on Christine whatsoever. The first night that the influx of negative comments and downvotes first started coming in, I get a phone call around 10 p.m. from one of my best friends. And she goes, "What is going on with you and Gage Girl?" And I go, "Huh?" And she's like, "I'm on the Facebook group right now, and Christine is like posted a live video where she's crying, where she's complaining about a bad review, and then she posted your face." And I was just like, "Huh?" The response that she directed at me under my video in her comment is completely opposite of what was going on in this private Facebook group that I don't have access to, but I guess I have a mole. Because my friend who was in the group was sending me screenshots of all of the ridiculous comments and attacks being launched against me, and she even recorded the video with Christine in tears. And then I actually started tripping. I was just like, did I go too far? Was I out of line? I reevaluated the things that I said in the video, and I didn't ever attack Christine. I can understand being sensitive if you feel like something that you put out there, a product that you created, is being attacked. But that's still not a personal attack. Now, I don't know if the crying was all about me based on the video, which I'm not going to share here because I don't really know what the terms of service and user agreement is like with Facebook. And literally, it's my friend like recording her iPad because she couldn't figure out how to save the video to show it to me. But, I do have the receipts or whatever of everything that was going down there because she was screenshotting and recording anything so that I could understand exactly why this hellstorm of bullshit has descended upon me over the past couple of days. One of the people, I guess, in the comments under the crying video had asked, "Where is this happening?" or "Who's doing this to you?" I can't quite recall. And Christine just straight up posted the link to my review, which is fine, whatever. But I also wasn't born yesterday, and I don't think she was either. And I think she realizes doing that was going to bring her followers' ire upon me. And essentially, these comments were clearly from people who were butthurt that I didn't have a 100% positive review. If you haven't seen that review, and I don't blame you, it's a 39-minute video, and I generally probably wouldn't have watched it myself. Don't care for the host. A good chunk of that video is also me listing my pros. Regardless, these people took my review as some sort of personal attack, which it is not. It is a product review. Here's what these women from this group need to know about me. I'm not the one. I understand that the way that I talk can sometimes come off as a bit assertive or even abrasive to some, but I'll let you know right now that I am from Queens. I'm actually from Queens by way of Brooklyn, and if you are from New York or even just the tri-state area, you know that we say it like we mean it. I have got no poker face, okay? You're going to get what you see with me. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. I am well aware that I am not for everybody, and who is? Well, maybe Beyonce. I'm not narcissistic enough to think that my review is the one and only reason that she went on Facebook and was crying and, that whole deal. God only knows what other turmoil or issues she might be having in her life at the moment. But based on the video, a lot of that frustration was clearly directed at me, and I remember at one point she was saying that I ripped her apart for 40 minutes. First of all, the video was 39 minutes. 2, the cons, while a significant portion of the video and while longer than the pros, were not the entire video. My results from that program were in fact the biggest pro, which is what I said in that video. One of the main things that keeps coming up with these women in this group is like, why is she bitching? She lost this many pounds. She lost inches. She got a six-pack, this and that. First of all, Gage Girl did not give me a six-pack. If I'm eating correctly and training moderately to a lot, I'm going to get lean in my waist. That's just genetically the way I am made. Some people are blessed with great legs, not me. That's what I get. I got a decently lean waist. This is a picture of me from July 2016, well before I ever did that shred program, and possibly well before I had ever even heard of Gage Girl training. This was taken at a time where I was just eating right and living right, and as you can see, I would say I'm actually even more defined in my abdomen there than I am now. So this idea that this program gave me the abs I never had is nonsense. 2, as far as the whole She lost weight, why is she mad? I expressed gratitude in that video for actually being able to basically chip away at the puppy weight that I had gained and to get closer toward my final fitness goals. I'm allowed to be pleased about one thing, but still have issues with the program as a whole. That's how a product review works. There's going to be things you like and things you don't like with nearly anything. That's like saying if someone sold me a car and then the car overheated 10 times on the way to my destination, you would be like, well, the car still got you there. Why are you mad? Despite the recent upswing in downvotes, I still have more than 10 times as many thumbs up. So most people are still finding this content to be helpful. In short, I think she's upset that someone finally reviewed her product and it's not 100% positive, but I think product reviews are important, especially when there are zero others out there, because if people are shelling out their hard-earned money for something that you claim is worth $150, I don't think it is professional or appropriate to essentially blame a user for pointing out my perceived flaws and improvements that could be made based on my personal experience using the product. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. I do not suffer fools on this channel. I think I've worked pretty hard to keep it all the way real and be completely transparent with you guys about who I am, what I think, and what I believe. And sometimes that doesn't sit well with people, which is cool because then I just block them. I will not be taking my review down. I will not be issuing a retraction. I will not even be turning off the commenting or upvotes and downvotes. I mean, comments on YouTube don't scare me. I don't know. I guess I've just been doing this long enough and dealing with far worse comments than these to be, scared away or bullied essentially into thinking that I somehow fucked up. I worked on a very high profile channel for like 5 years that I just left in January. Over 2 million subscribers. So the bigger your audience, the more assholes you're going to deal with. I've had comments where people literally said, you're black and you should die. Y-O-U-R, by the way, you're black. Nice. So when it comes to these comments with these women from this forum who are trying to, I don't even know what they're trying to accomplish. I think what they're trying to accomplish is to make themselves feel better, because there's this thing on the internet where if you don't like something that someone else likes, then they get all up in their feelings and it feels like somehow they're not valid and you don't like them. And it's like, lady, I don't even know you. Why are you popping off in my comment section because I don't like a product that you do? It doesn't matter. Let's actually get into some of these comments because they're pretty entertaining. For the ones from Facebook, I'm not going to use people's names because that group is private, and once again, I don't know what the user agreement, whatever is. But yeah, I'm just kind of looking through the screenshots that my friend sent me. One lady goes, where is this happening at? How can we help? And that's when Christine posts the link to my video. And that's when my friend saw my face in the group and was just like, what the hell? What's going on right now? Ironically, my friend who is in this Facebook group purchased her program on my recommendation. And that was either during or after I completed the 6-week shred. So yeah, sorry I recommended it to her at this point. And actually she is too. She was considering contacting Gauge Girl to get a refund because she is so flabbergasted by the company's behavior with regard to my review and the response on Facebook. Obviously, again, under my video, there was this farce of professionalism. Yeah, one person said, people can be very ugly on the internet. It's not about you. People have issues. I don't really think that I was being ugly in my video. I think the irony is these people who are coming to my home on YouTube, to my channel and to my video, I mean, there's your ugly right there. She is so fake, OMG, I don't even believe her. Plus, if you are that unhappy, then why ordering another custom plan? All of us are proof that you are so amazing, Christine, and you are helping so many people that one little person who complains has no weight in your success whatsoever. Again, as I said in my review, I decided to give Gauge Girl a second chance by ordering the custom plan to see if my experience would be different. And also, I didn't have a 100% negative experience with the program. That was why I decided to give them a second chance with the custom plan. Christine, in regards to the tactless YouTube review in question, I was appalled. She attacks you. No, I didn't. She attacks the company. No, I didn't. She attacks the program. Sure, I'll take that. She refused to join the Facebook group, but she shows off her amazing results after the 42 days and has the audacity to order a custom plan. The audacity to order the audacity. Is it audacious to give a company a second chance? And as far as refusing to join the Facebook group, yeah, okay, let's use that word. I refuse to join. But I refuse to join Facebook, period. And I reiterate, it should not be a prerequisite to join a social network if you don't want to, just to get the support you need and your questions answered on a program that you purchased. Here's another one. She came across as a know-it-all. I'll agree with that. I think it's just the way I talk, though. I feel like I'm an idiot, to be perfectly honest with you, most of the times. But I think because I believe what I say, I come across as very authoritative sometimes. I can't change it. If she knows more than you, why did she purchase the shred? I never claimed to know more than Christine, and as I said pretty explicitly in the video, I purchased the shred because I didn't want to be bothered with having to create my own plan with customized macros. It's those people that purchase something from you and think they own you. Nope. I have had nothing but professionalism from you and your team. That makes one of us. It's okay to let those tears out. Those are just a few from the Facebook group that my friend screenshotted and sent to me so I could kind of see what was going on there. But I mean, I don't even care that much. I mean, I appreciate having a better understanding now of how Gauge Girl works, you know, publicly and somewhat less publicly in this private Facebook group, because the two things are completely different, and that's information that I like to have. This one is from under my actual video, so I'm going to be using names because this is public and these people posted this shit on my shit. From Jamie Payne Miller, there is something amazing and inspiring about building women up instead of tearing them down. ... Obviously trying to imply that that's what I was doing in my review. I would like to think your experience would have been different had you chosen to use the resources that were available, the Facebook forum. I don't know how many times I have to say, I am not joining Facebook, and I'm not going to join Facebook specifically to use a forum for a program that should be self-explanatory. Let's just wrap this up with one comment from a real Rhodes scholar named Jody Barrett. My goodness, you are an angry, unhappy woman. You lost weight and inches and you felt great, but then you continued to bash the plan by whining for 20 minutes like a fucking baby. Is that what I did? Maybe she should have shopped and cooked for you too. Jesus, get over yourself, chica. I don't know whose video she watched, but none of that shit had anything to do with me. I think the real piece de resistance is an email that I received, much to my surprise, yesterday morning from the administrator over at Gauge Girl Training. It says, Dear Ms. My last name, hope this email finds you well. Thank you for buying our Paleo Shred and custom meal plan. Quality is important to us. Unfortunately, despite our best efforts, sometimes we do fall short of our standards for producing only the highest products for our customers. For this reason, we are offering you a complimentary consultation with Christine, as well as the opportunity to address any concerns you may have with your customized program. In the event you are not satisfied, we are happy to make adjustments. We value your business and want to be sure you are satisfied with your program. We are looking forward to hearing from you. All the best. Now, under my review video, there have been at least a dozen people who have also purchased from Gauge Girl, whether it was a shred or a custom plan or a consultation, and they had less than favorable experiences, just like me. Again, not always universally terrible, just like my review wasn't universally terrible, but, you know, disappointing. Let's put it that way. We had disappointing experiences. I wonder how many of them received an email like that. I'm not trying to take anyone down. I'm not trying to fuck anyone over. All I did was review a product. Product reviews are important because it allows people to talk amongst themselves, consumers, and ultimately, if something isn't performing the way it should, it holds these companies to a higher standard for the products that they are putting out there. Companies should not be afraid of being held to a higher standard. If anything, if they do get some bad press or a bad review, seize that opportunity to improve your product and shut down the people who didn't like it the first time around. I didn't buy that program because I wanted to dislike it. I didn't go in there with a chip on my shoulder like, oh, I can't wait to fuck this shit up on YouTube. I was excited to have a paleo-based program that was going to help me get closer or achieve my fitness goals. I bought that program because I was excited to support a fellow YouTuber and to have a program that had done a lot of the work for me in terms of figuring out my nutrition to get me closer to my fitness goals. I encountered a lot of issues with the program along the way, and I voiced them. Their offer, while nice and generous, I don't know how many other people who have had similar or even worse experiences than me didn't get that same offer. And I feel like it's important for you guys to know that. I'm only getting that email and I'm only getting that offer of a consultation and this and that because I have this YouTube channel. I have no delusions about my reach or my influence. I realize that I have a very small channel here. Gauge Girl's channel is more than twice the size of mine. But I still have the right to post an honest review, and if it contains things that are not completely favorable, then so be it. That is all I'm going to say about this matter, probably for good. I mean, if something insane happens, then I will address it again. But, I'm just going to carry on blocking people as I need to block them and, reading them when I need to read them. Anyways, I just wanted to update you guys on my experience after posting that video and so on and so forth. I'm going to do a more proper update on my life after completing the program in terms of like how I eat now that I'm not necessarily tracking my macros and eating more intuitively. But obviously I'm going to wait until I get my own camera to do that. And because I don't think that I will actually be able to get an official video up before the start of the Beast Mode Victory Lap, which is next Thursday, March 15th, I just wanted to remind you guys that that is kicking off in a week. B&H is just not letting me be great. They are dragging their feet with my trainer and my equipment. So hopefully, I'll be able to get my new camera ordered soon enough, but I'm still waiting for them to finish up inspecting my old one before I can do that. So yeah, the Beast Mode Victory Lab, I'll have the rules for it in the description box, as well as a link to the video where I explain Project Beast Mode initially and where I kind of explain the rules a little bit more in depth in case anything's unclear. And this challenge is kind of an unusual time length. It's a little over 5 weeks. It's like 5 weeks and change. So it will begin on Thursday, March 15th. And it will conclude on Friday, April 20th. 420, y'all. I am filled with equal parts excitement and dread for Project Beast Mode. I'm not looking forward to having to be super strict and disciplined, but I know that once I get going and once I start seeing progress again, it will be really encouraging and it'll help keep the wind in my sails. Anyway, that's going to do it for me today. I think this video wound up being a lot longer than I planned, but I just had a lot to say about this whole aftermath of posting my review on the Gauge Girl Shred. But leaving those individuals aside, more importantly, I just want to say thank you and welcome to all of the new members of my little YouTube family here, because I know a lot of you guys did find me through that review and did take my review the way a reasonable adult would and understood the nuances, the pros, the cons, what I was trying to say, what I was trying to achieve with it, and went ahead and joined our little family here. So thank you and welcome. I will take this negativity any day because the overwhelming side has been positive. And as always, thank you to all of my ride or dies who have been around with me for way longer, way before any of this drama started. Is this my first YouTube beef? Is this my first YouTube drama? I certainly don't want to ever have one for real, but if this is a little taste of what it's like, Anyway, that is going to do it. I want to go ahead and get this video up so that I can maybe just move on with my life. How about that? All this drama aside, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on the Project Beast Mode Victory Lap if you are, and I will see you guys in the next video, whenever the fuck that is. Bye-bye.
That's a nappy-headed hose there, I'm going to tell you that now.